Miss Shirley is the worst example of a child being exploited on TikTok that I've ever seen. For the lucky few who are unaware, she is a 4-year-old little girl who is forced to take bookings by her mother for mature dances in adult environments, such as nightclubs and bars for, once again, grown adults who for some reason want to see that. Oh yeah, and there's also the small part where her mum made her an OF account. Yeah, there's a lot to cover in this video, but before that, I want to address the commenter who's been constantly telling me that I look easy to draw. It's been going on for months now, and I'm actually genuinely starting to get a little bit concerned for a couple of reasons. The first of which is that I can't tell whether it's a compliment, an insult, or just something neutral that I need to brush off, and that really bothers me. But secondly, and more importantly, I actually don't think that I'm easy to draw. But I do think that you should subscribe to the channel, because I feel insulted, and I need some vain emotional support in the form of numbers going up. My subscribers make me very happy, as can be seen by... Actually, let me show you something. So you know how those like alpha male channels always tell you to buy a whiteboard and write down your goals, because once you've made like a physical like manifestation of those goals, they become so much easier to follow, just like mentally. I actually think there's a lot of truth to that. It's one of the few things they say that I actually agree with. However, when I hit 100k, my girl drew me a picture of me with a... Well, she drew this, and... because I just didn't have the stomach to delete it or rub it out, I've just not used the whiteboard for anything but this since we've got it. So, there you go. Just gonna immortalize it by putting it here so that I can feel good rubbing it out. Not that way. Don't be weird about it. Anyway, let's look into Miss Shirley, whose real name is Lariah, by the way. So this here is the original video that got Lariah so popular to begin with. The video itself isn't too inoffensive, but you can see how it sort of snowballs into something that's far bigger and far more genuinely offensive. But if it was just this alone, I don't think there would be too much to get mad at. Don't get me wrong, you'd definitely be justified in thinking, I don't think that's entirely appropriate, but you'd go a bit too far if you were to say something along the lines of, this mother is a piece of shit who doesn't care about their child, right? That's a bit too far. Calling it a bit inappropriate, yeah, sure, I can get behind that, but, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know, it's just a wee kid dancing to a soulful song for fun, right? There's nothing sinister or corrupt about it, if that makes sense. Or at least it doesn't seem that way. Here's another one of the videos that is linked to her recent virality. Put on your red dress and let all your hair down. So this is where people start to get a bit split, because one video, sure, but when you're posting a bunch of the videos on like a similar arc, it starts to become a little bit more concerning because your intentions start to become a bit more clear. And this is nothing, by the way. Like, I'm only being this critical because I know what's coming and I know how bad it gets. Once again, if it was just these videos and it was just videos like this, it wouldn't be as much of an issue, like, at all. But even this alone, it's not ridiculous to say there's a problem here. Like, it's a wee girl dancing to a seductive song. Yeah, she's playing dress up, which a lot of girls do, but having it recorded and put on blast in front of millions of people is something that not a lot of girls go through. As you dig a little deeper into this account, however, you see some more videos that are a lot harder to defend, shall we say.
I just seen this video, and like at first I didn't really realize what people meant when they say she was grown, but this video, it shows every bit of grown, yes, literally, and it's like she being coached through it. Like, look at how she looking at her and then following her, and y'all got that little girl mouthing the lyrics and stuff. Like, no, she is not your friend. Y'all need to go sit that little girl down.
Yeah, a video like that is just so much harder to defend, and the lassie who was sort of commentating or narrating over the video being played there is bang on. It's a little difficult to understand her because, you know, the music is so loud, but that's a good thing because the music is sort of the important point here as to why this video is inappropriate. The lyrics are literally ass, titties, and they're signaling those parts of their body, which is an issue when there's a literal 4-year-old on the screen and they're learning from you. Like, they're looking at you, copying your movements. We know where they get everything from. And you look like you're having the fucking time of your life. Like, she looks ecstatic with all this. There's some comments here, by the way, that, like, it really goes to show the scope of how brainwashed some individuals are. Like this one in particular. You big grown motherfuckers always trying to make children's songs somehow explicit. Where do I even start? First of all, it's not a children's song, and it's not somehow explicit. The main lyrics are literally ass, titties, ass. I ain't never heard a children's song. When I go nursery and they teach me Wheels on the Bus, I don't hear Wheels on the Bus go round, round, round and then motorboat into the nearest pair of tits. The wee teacher in front of everyone in preschool don't go like, all right, everyone, now it's time to learn the beautiful song and do our dances. Everyone point towards your tits and vaginas and peni as we sing hopscotch. That's not a song, as we play hopscotch. You know what I mean. This does not go down in children's environments. This is not an appropriate thing, at all. And to say that it is, you're either delusional or stupid. Or a wrong'un. One of the three. People really need to stop hating. I should be happy. Most kids can't even do that. I think there's a good fucking reason why most kids can't do that. They shouldn't be doing it. Most kids don't know what a rim job is. That doesn't mean you should congratulate a child for knowing what a rim job is. Like, if there was a kid who came into school one day and went, teacher, I heard about this thing the other day called a rim job. It's when you shove your face deep inside the crevice of your partner, or a stranger, to be fair, some people are into that, and then go, teacher would not look at that kid and go, oh, well done, I didn't know about that when I was your age. It's like, yeah, well, there's a reason you didn't know about that. You shouldn't know about it. Anyway, these videos being made and the constant release of them and how popular they ended up getting led to the Raya being put on the Jennifer Hudson show, which is like big time mainstream TV in America.
I see him on TikTok and I learn.
Oh, that's how you learn? You learn fast?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Mom, tell us about her viral video that everyone is talking about.
She's been viral and she loved to dance like since she was a baby. She's been like a little spunky little baby, so.
Okay, first of all, no one in the UK would describe their little baby as spunky because that is not what spunk means over here. In this country, spunk only has one definition and I don't feel comfortable saying it because this video is about a child. Also, I can't say that I'm too familiar with the Jennifer Hudson show, but it seems to me that it's just sort of like a race-swapped Ellen.
Is she gay?
Maybe they're gay, I don't know. No, she has a man. Jennifer Hudson's going strong with her man. Great, I'm glad we know that. Stop. There's no bi. You can't just fucking self-insert your sexuality onto people. There's no evidence that she's bi. You said bi icon, but there's no proof she's bi. She's with a man. Why do you think she's bi? Explain.
Just funny.
Why do you think she's just funny? You think bi people are funny, do you? You think bi people are funny. So you know that the girl that you love so much in these videos, the one that you want on constantly, she thinks that your sexuality is fucking hilarious, she does. So just bear that in mind.
Cut that out.
No, I'm not. You can keep that one in, editor. Keep that one in. Cut the other stuff out, but keep that one in. Not the whole thing, because some of it's boring, but keep that in.
I'm gonna kill myself.
On your dollhouse and do it. She was like, yeah, Mom. She was like, yeah, Mom, come on. So I got a dress and we went out.
I'll be honest with you guys. We're going to skip this boring bullshit because they're not actually saying anything. But the crux of this show, like the piece de resistance, is the dance that they end up doing for like 3 fucking minutes. To the Boots on the Ground song, which is the song that like inspired her virality. You know, she got the fan and everything. In that original video, it's a cute video. You're like, she's really into it. And there's something sort of adorable about that, if that makes sense, but it just spirals to a very inappropriate level. Even on this show, which is shocking to me. Like, the dance, I'll play it now, probably not all of it, because some of it I genuinely don't want on my channel. It's quite, I don't know if disturbing is over-sensationalizing it, but it's not, I don't like it. Okay, just by the way, for full clarity, she's not dancing to the Paper Mario File theme tune, she's dancing to Boots on the Ground. I've just replaced it with something copyright free. But either way, I've only shown a portion of that because after the point that I show you, it like does these really weird zooms on her bum as she like shakes it about. And I don't want that on my channel. I don't think that's appropriate, and I don't know why it's been put on the Jennifer Hudson show for millions of Americans at home, like to watch on their telly whilst they eat their dinner. When I'm eating my dinner, I don't want to look at a child's bum as I don't know, man. This is the thing that bothers me, because every time you talk about a child being sexualized on something online, you're met with a cacophony of comments being like, well, why are you looking at them that way? That's really weird. Maybe you're the strange one. You're the odd one for looking at them in such a strange and sexualized way. Like, that shit always happens when I make videos like these. And to those people, like, if you think that, with all due respect, just fuck off. I don't care about your comment. Well, obviously I do. It fucking annoys me. That's a lie. I do care, because I think it's dumb as fuck. But just, like, go away, please. I'm begging you, please. Just go away. I don't want you to watch my video. I don't want you to look at me. A lot of you probably aren't even looking at me as you watch this. A lot of you are probably playing The Sims 4. I don't want you to play The Sims 4 to me. I joke, but that is genuinely what at least 20% of you are doing as you watch my videos. Every time I meet someone in public, it's always, oh, Dankyjabo, I play The Sims 4 to your videos all the fucking time. Genuinely, like 100% of the time, that's what it is. I'm not complaining, by the way. I think that's brilliant. Keep on going. I hope you're having a lovely time. So So that's her dancing at a brand event for like some sort of sponsorship, I'm guessing. And as you can see by the look on her face, she's a lot less enthusiastic here as she was in the original videos when it seemed a lot more authentic, like she actually wanted to be there. Now she looks like, you know that video of Ice Spice on stage and she's like doing her dance or whatever, but her face is, she looks like a close family member has just died an hour ago. That's sort of what we're getting here. Like, it's very clear that she's not really in this or doesn't really want to do it. Like, it's obvious she likes to dance to an extent, but not when she's forced to. I don't think I'm reaching when I say that she's clearly not having fun in this video, as well as a lot of the other videos that we look at later on, because this is the thing as well. If it was just stuff like this and it was these controlled environments with brands and, you know, even children's parties and events like that, it would be okay. People like Jojo Siwa did that all the time. I know she's not exactly the marker for ethical children sort of treatment, but it's better than this, in my opinion. The issue is, and we'll see more of this later after we cover the OF stuff, the stuff that Lariah is booked for by her mother are like nightclub events. Like, it would be one thing if it was a child's birthday party, but it's places where adults are the only people that you need to be over 18 to be there. Lariah is like the only under 18. She shouldn't even be allowed in the fucking, like, venues, man. Like, whatever bouncer or manager authorized Lariah to be in that place and do those dances, shaking her bum in front of these grown adults who, again, for some reason want to see that shit, they're just as bad as Lariah's mum, in my opinion. Like, for me personally, if I had a kid, and I know a lot of people who have kids and a lot of kids who dance to songs like this because they fucking love it. A lot of kids just love to dance. And that's fine, even if there is, like, a set choreography for it that involves shaking your bum and all that, you know, all that stuff. But for me, the people that I know who have kids that dance to music like that, they'll encourage it. They'll be like, oh, yep, fair enough, dance to the song, you're doing a great job, but you know that one bit where you need to shake your bum? Maybe don't do that bit until, you know, I'm just not happy with you doing that bit. You're not allowed to do that bit. Definitely not in front of me. And definitely not on camera in front of millions of people. That is a line that I just don't feel should be crossed. Anyway, now onto the OF stuff. I can't find the source that started the original rumor, but to be honest, it's taken a life of its own at this point. Here's a Facebook post, for example, that details the allegations. The very fucking disturbing allegations, might I add. Imagine having an OF account at only 3 years old. I personally don't want to imagine it, so I'm not on board with this post so far, but let's read on. This is Miss Shirley. At only 3 years old, this trail-riding toddler gets booked at shows across several states to dance and perform viral line dances. She's often captured being held by random fans and showcasing her skills at trail rides and on stages. That's another thing, by the way, that you'll see later on in this video. Yeah, random adults just pick her up, like, without asking permission. Her mum just allows it. There's genuinely queues of people who, like, travel to this area or this nightclub specifically to see wee Shirley. I don't want to call her Miss Shirley because she's not a miss, she's 4 years old. And her name is not even Shirley, so there's a couple of reasons why that doesn't make any sense. According to recent sources, allegedly, Miss Shirley's mother registered her for the popular adult platform OF. Originally, the platform was used for fans to pay for exclusive content from artists, yoga instructors, and people of influence before it was used for adult purposes. Claims state that the platform is strictly for the toddler to provide lessons to line dancers, but social media is in an outrage. And yeah, and that's definitely the excuse that Lariah's mum would go with if they were ever held accountable for the OF account. It's like, oh, OF isn't strictly for, you know, sexual purposes, and the fact that you're thinking that way and you think that I would ever sign my daughter up for something like that, you're the problem, you spineless swine. But let's be real, we all know what OF is synonymous for nowadays. Like, when someone says they own an OF account, you don't think, oh, it's a nice baking cookies account where we're gonna learn the best secret to 1 spoon of bicarb soda makes the cookies taste a bit more like cake. Like, if I came out with an OF account, for example, you wouldn't think, ooh, Dankyjabo's made an Egyptian history account for people who just want to pay a little bit extra and learn about the building of the pyramids. You would think, what the fuck is going on with this guy, and why does he think we want to see him naked? Unbeknownst to you, this little joke right here is just a soft launch for the future Dankyjabo OF account. Anyway, to be frank with you all, there wasn't actually an official OF page created for Lariah, but what actually did happen might confuse you a little. So as you can see, the OF page, if you want to call it that, is just a Facebook page with the subtext or sort of addition of OnlyFan page, like in brackets at the end. Which, in my opinion, I don't really think that makes it any better, really, because even if it was an OF page, obviously, they weren't going to post explicit content of the 4-year-old fucking child. It's just for shock value, right? But adding it to the end of the title, that's not a coincidence, like, at all. They know what they're doing when they do that. They're doing it so that, like, if you type it, because the rumors exist, if you type in Miss Shirley OF page, this is what comes up. People who are looking for explicit content of the child will be led directly to this Facebook group, and they will join it hoping to find said explicit content, which I'm sure I don't need to tell you is fucking grim. And the very fact that the mother would actually put OnlyFans page at the end of this Facebook title page thing or whatever, really just, all that does is tell me her intentions here. And her intentions are not good. Any mother who's willing to do something like that to their own fucking baby is, honestly, you disgust me. You don't deserve anything that isn't at least 18 months of probation and a good deal of therapy.
And the men who are commenting, y'all are even weirder because you are the problem. You are the problem. And then also, you can't sit here and say, oh, well, I wouldn't have my daughter doing that because there are predators. Predators touch and SA little girls who are sleeping in bed. Predators come for people who are full-grown adults just sitting in their homes. So you can't sit here and say that, oh, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, so you're just not going to have a child. You're not, because predators are everywhere, and they do and look at anything. It's just the fact that it's a child. And it's sad. It's a sad, sad world that we live in. But you can't sit here and choose unhappiness for yourself because the world is not happy. You have to just monitor your child, keep all eyes on your child, and sit here and be with your child at all times. These things happen because y'all don't pay attention. Paying attention and being observant and noticing things is how you keep your child safe.
Yeah, I just don't really buy into that. I guess there is an argument to be made that maybe it was a coincidence, but me personally, I think that the verbiage there is pretty fucking intentional. And even if it isn't, the fact that you didn't think of that when you are definitely aware of the connotation that OnlyFans has is still very dodgy in my opinion. Like, you should have thought of that. Now, to be fair to her, the page has been changed to Miss Shirley's Dance Universe, so they have got rid of the OnlyFans bit. Now, whether or not that's because of the backlash that they were getting, or because they genuinely made a mistake and didn't realize what they were doing, I'll leave up to you, because I honestly can't say for sure. But I do think either way, it's either gross negligence or genuine, like, awful, horrible behavior. Also, to the point of predators are always going to exist is a sad fact of the world, so that shouldn't stop you from putting your child out there. I don't buy into that argument at all, because yes, unfortunately, predators do exist, and they probably will always exist to an extent. There are things you can do. It's one thing having your child online, right? That's fine to an extent, right? A video with your kid's face in it, you want to share a cute moment, you put it on Facebook, that's fine. But when you go on national television and they zoom into your child's bum as they shake it to a song, that crosses the line, in my opinion. Like, there are limits to what you can allow your child to do on TV in front of millions of people when you know predators are out there. Like, when you go onto these videos of this child, the bookmarks are insane. Any child, really. Any child who is doing anything that can be perceived as remotely sexual, like they say something funny, they do something a bit funny, there's a bit of their body that's exposed, that's like uncomfortable or whatever, the bookmarks are insane. Like, you compare it to a video of a similar view count, a similar like count, and there's never anywhere near as many bookmarks as one with a child in it, which is... it's fucking really disturbing. I think TikTok should definitely have a feature where if there is a child featured heavily in the content, there shouldn't be, like, the bookmark feature should just not be allowed. It shouldn't be permitted. They should detect it. Oh, child's here, no bookmarks for you. Because TikTok and the internet and, you know, the platforms that allow this sort of thing need to be held accountable to an extent as well. Anyway, here are the aforementioned bookings that we were talking about, where she dances in front of a lot of middle-aged men that really want to see her dance for some reason. If I were to click on a video like this and I saw someone in my friend group, like, dancing next to this girl, I think I would kill myself for having such bad judgment in what friends I should be having. Like, this is mental. Imagine you see your dad in, like, one of these videos, or your son, or brother. Oh, man, I couldn't imagine. Miss Shirley Red Dress Part 2 must watch. Why is this a must watch? And why are there love heart eye emojis at the top covering the grown men's faces but not the wee girl? And also, I know I just said it, but why is this a must watch? There is nothing revolutionary about this video. If there was a video that had, like, proof of God in it, that would maybe be a must watch. But this is just a girl uncomfortably dancing in front of a bunch of grown-ass men. If this is a must-watch to you, then I really question your choice in media. But yeah, like, this event here, or party or whatever, this is like a private party that was booked by a bunch of grown adults who went online and went, oh, let me book Miss Shirley to dance in front of all of us for some reason, because her mum has some sort of website where you can book something like that. And she oversees all the bookings. Oh, grown men dance at someone's 30th birthday party. Yeah, Miss Shirley, my 4-year-old daughter, would be perfect for that sort of thing. It's one thing if it's like a family gathering and your daughter's just having a bit of fun dancing about, but it's a bunch of strangers. Like, these are strangers. This is not normal behavior. Like, yeah, man, this video has 13 million fucking views. Imagine your child being seen by 13 million people doing a dance like this. Fair enough, there's no weird zooms or anything. This is one of those videos where if it was just this, you wouldn't really have too much to criticize. Yeah, you might find it a bit weird, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But when you combine this with the videos of her literally dancing to songs where the main lyrics are ass and titties, the weird zoom-ins on the Jennifer Hudson fucking show, the OnlyFans page that has some plausible deniability thrown in there, it doesn't look good. There's nothing here that looks good or looks as though the mother is just trying to show how cute their kid is. It looks like a classic case of someone who has realized that people are very interested in their child for all the wrong reasons, but doesn't really care about those reasons. As long as the views are going up and the money's coming in, they can use their kids for basically anything. Like, mate, these comments are insane. Look, female children are just the cutest. This is weird. All of these disturbing comments are from, like, grown women as well, which is not what I was expecting. That thing she do with her nyash, are you fucking taking the piss?
Is that a girl or a guy?
It's a grown woman! Mate, there's like love heart emojis, like hugging emojis, like, oh, it just makes me so giddy to see what this 4-year-old girl does with her nyash. Their hard drive needs checked. I'm sorry, but like, it's just, you can't be saying that shit in person or on the internet. The internet's made people wait. Imagine saying that in real life, man, like in an audience. You might as well be throwing fucking $1 bills at the gal at that point. Yeah, I'm clicking off that video now because it's greatly disturbing. But once again, I will say, like, even in this video, she don't look happy. She only looked happy in those first 2 videos. Everything after that, I guess the mother clocked at that point, like, ooh, there's real money to be made here. Let's put her on a bunch of different shit, even if she doesn't want, like, kids don't want to do this. They want to run around in the park, play about with their mates, you know what I mean? Like, they want to play fucking Roblox. They don't want to dance in front of a bunch of strangers that they don't know, the same song, every single hour of every day, even if they are famous for it. They're probably not even old enough to, like, really consider what fame is or how this will affect them in the future. They're definitely not old enough, in fact. Like, this is gonna scar them for life. If you're 4 years old, you need to be able to be a kid. Like, I spent most of my childhood outside, but if I was as famous as this lassie at 4 years old, I'd be getting noticed by everyone, especially in the hometown where I'm guessing, you know, they're noticed a lot more often because, I mean, knowing this mum, she is not gonna take any opportunity to lessen the fame that they're getting here. Like, this is completely narcissist behavior in my opinion. I just feel so sorry for the wee lass. And those comments right there are like, why I disagree with, oh, predators are always going to exist online, because if you're putting videos out and consistently getting, those are the top comments. If you're putting videos out of your kid and the top comments are always something along them lines, in my opinion, if that was me and my kid, I would go, okay, I think I'm going to stop putting my kid online, at least to this extent and in this sort of context, because I do not want people, millions of people, viewing my child in that way. See, again, this would be like, fine, this would be cute even, if it was a family event, like a barbecue or something, you know what I mean? Then it would be like, it'd be really wholesome, actually, like, I'd love that shit. Not to be publicized in front of 10 million people that TikTok had, but if it was like a private moment where you're watching this wee lassie do what she loves and dance in front of the whole family, and everyone's cheering her on like that, that would genuinely be fucking lovely. The issue is, that's not what's happening. She's dancing like that in front of 10 million people after being grossly exploited, continuously being grossly exploited, and again, in physically as well, in front of a bunch of strangers, not family. Those are strangers. I just hit my mic, my bad. And not only is she always dancing in front of adults, but it also seems as though she exclusively dances around adults. It's almost as though there is a rule that her mother has put into place that is like, no kids events allowed. She is only ever allowed to dance in front of people over the age of 18. And let's be real here, the reason for that is probably because they have a lot more money. Because what fucking 10-year-old is spending the fee to get Lariah in their household, like, dancing for him? No kid cares about that shit. No kid wants to pay for a 4-year-old to dance. And before I made this video, I didn't think that any adult would want that either. I genuinely have no idea why people are paying for this. Like, if I went to a party and I knew the host, and this lassie rocks up, and I'm like, who the fuck why is this 4-year-old at this party where there's alcohol everywhere, there's music blasting, this girl does not belong, is this like someone's sister who's here for a minute and now they're leaving? And I went to the host, who was my pal, and I was like, what's this girl doing here? Do you know that she's here? And they were like, yeah, I actually booked for them to be here. I paid $5 grand for them to dance and shake their bum in front of all of us. I'm throwing that is good reason to throw fucking hands at that point. I feel like if you just Irish goodbye and leave without throwing at least one punch, you're doing a disservice to every child on the planet.
Miss Shirley! Hi, Miss Shirley!
Just imagine doing this same dance every single day, probably multiple times a day. You're a kid, man. Like, you need rest, you need food, you need to play, you need to hang out with your pals. You cannot be doing this shit every day. She must be bored to fuck. She can't like, there's no way. I just refuse to believe that this is what she wants to do. The first time, maybe. Maybe when she went on TV, she loved that because, oh my god, I'm on TV. This is incredible. But the 50th fucking time you're doing it in front of a bunch of grown men who have the exact same reaction, you're getting nothing different out of the experience. You're probably not even being paid a fucking dime. Like, I would be willing to bet that she will not receive a cent of this money even when she, like, turns 18 or whatever. Maybe she gets a fucking toy every now and then, or a bit of, like, I don't know, caviar, hopefully. But in terms of, like, actual money, she's probably getting jack shit. I would hope that they're putting this into, like, her inheritance or, you know, investing it into something, but who am I kidding? Like, that's definitely not happening. Her mum probably just bought, like, some designer and a nice car or something. I know that's an assumption, but forgive me, she doesn't exactly seem like the most morally virtuous individual. She just looks sad. Like, she just don't look in it. She don't look happy at all. She looks like she's lost passion. But that shouldn't be happening when you're 4 years old. That's when you should be at your happiest, your most imaginative, your most creative. Every sense of, like, individuality and freedom and creativity, I feel as though is being just sucked out of her by the world's most evil vacuum in the world, aka her mum. She's even in the music video for the actual song that, you know, got a music video recently. And to be fair, the music video, there's nothing sexual about it or, like, you know, offensive about it. It's a very soulful, wholesome song. So I don't really have much of a problem with her being in the music video. If anything, it's kind of like full circle moment, kind of cool. I'm sure she loved being in it because she clearly likes the song. So that alone isn't too offensive or too bad. Like, if that's all it was, if it was a viral video of her dancing to the song and then she got the opportunity to be in the music video, that would actually be quite nice. But it's just everything that came around it. It's how the mother has seen the virality and when I'm going to take this and milk it for everything that I can, even if it's to the detriment of my daughter's future and present, quite frankly. That's what I have a problem with. At the very core of this, that there's something that could have been fine, wholesome, cute, ordinary, right? And that's almost what the worst part about it is. It's been spun from something wholesome to something really sinister. And a lot of people don't see that sinister part of it. They see the surface, they see the cute shit, and they think, this is like fine. What are people complaining about? People complaining about this are fucking delusional. I just don't think we are. I think there is a real issue here. But even take all the sexual stuff out of it. Take all the adults being around her out of it. It's the exploitation of the child that I have a problem with as well. Obviously, the amount they zoom into her shaking her bum, the amount she shakes her bum in front of, like, tens of millions of people, there's an issue there, in my opinion. But even that aside, there is also an issue. If you don't think that's a problem at all, that's fair enough, whatever, right? But there is also just the issue that she is being exploited by her parents blatantly. You can't criticize family channels for exploiting their children when they don't do it half as much as Lariah's mother is doing. This kid is not having a good time. They're having their childhood fucking stolen away from them, man, and it's sad to see. So obviously the artist and Lariah ended up meeting each other, which is like, oh, isn't that nice? That is so just bloody awesome. Until you find out that it was a nightclub that they met at. Not as wholesome anymore, in my opinion, considering it's a 4-year-old. They actually met in Birmingham, you know, classic for Birmingham. It's not the Birmingham, like Brummie Birmingham, it's in Alabama, obviously. They didn't travel to the fucking UK for that music video. The music video looks way too nice to be filmed in, like, UK Birmingham. But the song is quite nice, to be fair. You've not heard much of it in this video because I've had to replace it with, you know, non-copyrighted music, but the song is okay. I'm trying to think of, like, positives to take out of this situation, really. There's not much other than the song being good. And also that you have made it to the end of this video. Thank you very much. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.